Welcome to the very last episode of Behind the Chaos. You already know who I am, and if you don't, then you're clearly not paying attention. Anyway, today's guest went from a naive recruit into a total social powerhouse, showcasing she has more up her sleeve than a chilled cocktail. Hannah!
Hey, Emily! Honestly, it feels like such a relief to talk about the game now that I'm not in it.
I could only imagine. You certainly have been through a lot on and off the show.
Understatement of the year! But hey, at least now I can talk about it without feeling like I'm losing my mind.
You were so fresh-faced and eager at the start of the season, but not afraid to get confrontational, eventually leading to one of your strongest bonds of the season, Amelie.
No, it's a little crazy looking back. We butted heads at the start because she was, and still can be, an asshole. But I always knew deep down she was a caring person. Just had to meet her on her level.
How unfortunate it was that as quickly as things were beginning to turn around for Amelie, she was quickly eliminated.
Which was the start of the Hannah curse, as I so lovingly call it.
It'd be sad to say if it wasn't so funny.
Yeah. I can't say I was laughing when Diego and Tris eventually followed suit. I mean, I knew they weren't dead or anything, but, I've never been great with loss.
Losing Amelie, while not ideal, wasn't too shocking given her prior behavior. But losing Diego and Tristan back-to-back? Even I would start losing morale.
I mean, how could I not? Those two are the kind of people you just want to be around. How kind and outgoing they are. And even if our interactions were considered short-lived, I think they deserve to go further than they did.
Not to mention both of their eliminations being lovingly orchestrated by one British math student.
Ugh, you don't have to remind me.
Oh, but I will. Because the confrontation you had with him shortly after Tristan's elimination made for some juicy drama.
Okay, look, Spencer just has the talent of bringing the worst out of people. But I don't regret what I said to him. Yeah, sure, okay, it's a game, but when you're such an asshole about it, that's when you start to lose me.
On the bright side, if it wasn't for their respective eliminations, you wouldn't have gotten as close to Benji as you did.
Huh. That is the real silver lining, isn't it? I mean, he really turned into the best friend I've ever had. All the crap we went through made the game so much more bearable. So, it hurt losing Benji the most because he was the one that stuck around the longest. Hell, I'd even go as far to say that he was my anchor during the game.
You know, I would be lying if I said there wasn't a change in your demeanor following his elimination.
Yeah, because, well, I had so much regret and anger inside of me with nowhere to go. Well, aside from Zaid, who I trashed every chance I got. You think if I apologize now, he'd forgive me?
Doubtful. Anyway, after that, you were truly on your own for the first time in the entire game. Well, except for the Girls' Alliance.
Well, okay, alliance is a loose term. That was more of a ticking time bomb that left no one unscathed.
To be fair, you did manage to survive the fallout long enough to help Amelie come back into the game.
It was honestly pretty ironic looking back. It's like we completely switched bodies with how cold I was acting, while she was trying to reach out.
Didn't realize how much of an impact you left on her, huh?
Getting so wrapped up in the game just left my mind in a total tunnel vision with how to survive the next elimination. So when Amelie started to question why I was acting the way I was, I couldn't comprehend it. I mean, isn't that what she wanted?
The answer to that being a resounding no. But at the very least, you two patched things up before her second departure thanks to Logan.
I figured you were going to bring him up sooner or later.
Duh! You two have had quite the interesting relationship development over the later half of the season. But first things first, are you mad at Logan for voting you?
Well, considering I was hoping to use him as a shield for votes, nah.
and tried exposing him during the VR challenge just for Anastasia to skewer you like a kebab.
It was a last-ditch effort to win the challenge. Oh, and by the way, has anyone ever told you guys that the VR goggles are just a little too real?
Not enough for anyone to potentially sue us for emotional damages.
Anyway, my point is that I've tried throwing him under the bus the same way he has, despite us cozying up with one another.
Like the roller coaster carts you sat in, it was full of oh so many ups and downs.
Yeah, but unlike Logan, I won't be losing my lunch over it.
You lost $1 million over it. Aren't you a little upset over that?
Going out in a water gun fight is one of the best ways I could have gone. And not to mention, the small detail of my mental health slowly deteriorating as I relive some of the worst moments of my life.
Touché. So I'm guessing if you were to be invited to another season of DISVENTURE camp, you'd say...
Hell no. Right? I mean, I totally shouldn't, but then again...
Sorry, was this experience not traumatizing enough for you?
Sorry. Look, I obviously have a lot to unpack, but I know I'll look back on this as an adventure I don't regret. And honestly, down the line, I wouldn't mind a second go-around now that I actually know what I'm getting myself into. But again, not for a while. I've got some healing to do.
I respect the self-awareness, and hopefully you got a good plan set.
Yeah, I'm for sure going back to therapy when I get home. When I was younger, I used to talk to a children's grief counselor, but eventually stopped going because I thought I was past that. Yeah, now I'm realizing the importance of actually talking to someone and letting myself be hurt.
Maybe with a little less drama this time around.
That would be perfect. Fingers crossed that my newfound fame doesn't draw too many new customers to my bar.
Something tells me people keep coming back, not just for the drinks. That said, this was Behind the Chaos. From podcast to show host, this was Emily Campbell. I'd say see you in the next episode, but...
It's our last call!